You know, the local media has an agenda that they're going to serve. I don't know who's in charge of it or what it is, if it's like a headless monster.
You know, I was pretty happy with that one at Gerbils the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, that was a good pizza.
Yeah. Fat wallets and empty hearts. Which...
Fat wallets, empty hearts.
It's insane how little musicians get. So, yeah, if you're interested in support, not just me, but any musician that you like, one of the best ways to do that, it sounds old school because it is purchase their music, purchase their merch, you know.
Hey guys, this is Mark from Rat Rod.
Hi, this is Mikey P from Skell.
Hey, this is Jeff from the Bell Jumpers.
Let's go.
Probably Dave Grohl, because he's awesome.
This is Jessica for the band Dimitus. You're listening to Pennsylvania Rock Show.
Hey, it's Bill. You're tuned in to the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 776. We just heard two brand new tracks to the show, both of them from blues bands. We heard Lone Crow Rebellion and their song Solitary Man, which happens to be the title track off their new album. And we heard from a new artist to the show, Cole Douglas, and his song I Just Want to Be Loved by You. This is episode 776, as I already mentioned. We are coming at you from Music from the 412, megarockradio.net, 107.1 FM KFGD. Both of those are in St. Louis, Missouri. XRP Radio out of Scotland. We're in the Highlands of Scotland there. Roo Radio in Texas and California. And new tonight for the very first time, Metal Shop Radio. I messed it up. Metal Shop 101 Radio. I was going live last night to test it and I kept messing it up and he told me I was fired. So that's a great way to start. I just realized on the vertical video, I don't have it set up correctly. So we're not going to put that out anywhere. What's up, gentlemen?
How you doing? Happy to be back.
These are the guys from the band Broom. Or Broom the Band, if you look at their website address down there, broomtheband.com. So I haven't seen you in over a year, really. I mean,
it's been a while.
I believe it was last Millvale, like Millvale 24.
That's how I did the math in my head.
One Millvale ago.
Yes. That Millvale was a lot more pleasurable than this one.
We played at a what was our stage called this time? Playground Dropout.
Oh, is that the one that used to be the axe place?
Yeah, there were axes inside.
Lumber axes, I think they called it.
I was saying, I think it still is one.
Lumberjacks.
Is that? Yeah, that was it. Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks
with an X. But,
yeah.
I saw what did I see there? God Hates Unicorns last year.
Yeah, those guys.
And I didn't know it, but I met Dream the Heavy that night because they were all wearing unicorn heads.
They killed it this year too.
That's awesome.
Yes. But they're part of the story of why I said that last year was much better.
Hey, Dream the Heavy. Don't miss, man.
I took photos of Dream the Heavy, and their set started at 5, and I didn't get off the shuttle bus until 5:20, and I left my house at 2:30 and got stuck. Wow. I got stuck in town on back roads trying to find a parking spot. And by stuck, I mean stuck. There is nowhere to go in there.
Yeah, we had trouble. Bodie was trying to find a parking spot at one point and then ended up on the Parkway. Right? Isn't that what happened or something? I don't even know how.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Yeah, there was like designated parking, but all the parking spots were taken. Yes. And then like a spot opened up and literally I hopped in my car. I literally told these guys, I said, listen, I'm about to back up. Like, I'm just going to find that spot here. Someone just whizzed right by me and just beamed it right to that spot. So I just made a lot of wrong turns and I ended up on the freeway. So it was all that.
Yes. So I drove around. It's a half-hour drive from my house to Millville. I left at 2:30. I drove until 4:30 in town trying to find a spot. Then I got on 28 because I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to PPG Paints and get on the shuttle bus. And it took me from 4:30 until 5:20 to get back to town.
Jeez.
But
Wow.
I did end up taking 225 pictures of them in 10 minutes. Anyway,
Nice.
enough about that. We have lots of stuff to talk about with you guys. And I told you I was going to press the timer button. I didn't press it yet, so now we're freelancing already.
Awesome.
So let's do this first. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
Great. I'm Ben. I play guitar.
I'm Caleb, and I play the bass.
I'm Bodie. I play guitar.
I'm Carter, and I play drums.
I'm Noah, and I sing.
Okay, so let's start with Noah. It's perfect that he was last. Okay, Noah, I'm putting you on the spot. These other guys have answered these two questions, so these are only for you. Okay, this is the official BuildtheScene question, and that is, who's your Dave Grohl? In other words, what band do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their original songs?
One of their original songs?
Mm-hmm.
God, I could answer this either as a singer or as a guitar player. The first thing that pops into my mind is definitely Tool. I'd love to get up and play one of their songs. That was probably my biggest inspiration with songwriting and playing the guitar for the longest time. And I don't know if this is a cop-out answer because they're not around anymore, but to be able to sing a Nirvana song with a Nirvana would be pretty awesome.
That's a great answer. And Paul from Dream to Heavy is in the chat room right now.
Hey, Paul. Hey,
So you
what's
just
up?
got to hear my frustrating story for like the 20th time. Okay, so if I'm not, I was gonna let him off the hook and not ask the second question. This is the unofficial Build the Scene question, and that is, what is the best pizza you've had, Noah? Because you're a musician.
Pizza?
Yep.
I got to shout out Mercurio's in Shadyside. Best traditional Neapolitan pizza that you can get. Napoli's pizza, I'm sorry, that you can get anywhere. Check it out if you haven't been there. It's incredible.
Neapolitan has strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla pizza.
Yeah, I know.
I was letting it go. Hey, listen. People put pineapple on them. Maybe they're making a banana split or something.
Ice cream pizza, yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? I'm looking at my time already. Let's see. Where's my? Oh wow, we're 8 minutes in already. Some of that though is the intro, so we still have about 3 minutes. Let's talk about your new track, which we're going to hear in the next break. I wish I knew. This is that MTV moment where someone gets to do a storytellers and tell us something about it.
So basically, we wrote the backbone of this song a while ago. We kind of had it on the back burner for a while, and then whenever Noah got here, we kind of let him take hold of the lyrics and do his own spin on it. But we wrote the music probably more than a year ago at this point. But the lyrics kind of took their own life when Noah got here, so I'll let Noah take the rest.
Yeah, I mean, they presented me with the song. It was a basic structure as far as like melody goes for a chorus and everything. And I was excited to use that as sort of an introduction to the band and everybody who knew them. So I just took some time to write a little bit of a story that was kind of prevalent in my life at the time, which was not that long ago. I say it at the time as if it was like a year ago or something.
Years ago.
Yeah, back in the day. But yeah, I don't know. I just had a little fun writing that. I had been in a bit of a writer's block before that, so it was a nice moment for me to let my creativity kind of shine through and create something that was a lot of fun to perform.
I think we said we offered you the position after you auditioned some people, and then literally my next text was, "Here's this track, sing to it."
Yeah, it was pretty sudden. I was given a little bit of responsibility.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched last week's episode with Joey Connor from Blackridge, but basically the same thing happened to him. They were putting out an EP and everything was already recorded, and he joined a band and they're like, "We need you to redo all the guitars." And he did, I think it was 5 songs in one day. 4 hours actually.
Wow.
So yeah, at least they only gave you one.
It was a test. It was a what's it called? Whenever like you heat something up real fast. And Mike, you know what I'm talking about? Probably not.
What?
I'm gonna stop talking, but everyone knows. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Nobody knows what you're talking
All
about.
right, I'm gonna stop before it gets worse.
Forged in fire.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah.
I had no idea though.
Trial by fire.
Trial by fire.
There you go.
So I'm glad we got
I was thinking that, but I honestly wasn't sure if I should contribute to that thought line.
I'm gonna zip it for the rest of this.
Okay, so, I can't remember what questions I asked you guys. So pretend I didn't ask it if I already did. So let's see. How about, you know what? We're going to take our first break and hopefully I will get the vertical video fixed in that time. And if not, then so be it. But we're going to listen to If I Knew by Broom. And then we're going to follow that with kind of a country rock song from the band The Shiners called Slow With You. And we'll be right back on the Pennsylvania Rock Show. What's up, everyone? It is that time where I'm going to give away 2 tickets to a Drusky Entertainment show, courtesy of Drusky Entertainment, on behalf of Music from the 412. We have Slaughter with Truck Stop and Post Traumatic at Jurgles. That is the June 27th show. Doors are at 6, shows 8 p.m. Early entry is 5 p.m. This is a 21 and over show. If you do not win and you want to purchase tickets, they are $45 in advance and $50 day of show. The early entry is $60 for 5 p.m. Keep in mind that we give away 2 tickets pretty much every week on the Pennsylvania Rock Show, which is on social media at 9 p.m. and then on the radio stations at 10 p.m. What you want to do is go to musicfrom412.com/contests and click on the show you're interested in winning tickets for, and the directions are there. It's really, really easy. For this week's show, Slaughter show that we're giving away tickets to, we had Christine Demko, Justin Todd, Keith Ladig, Nikki Praza, and Tom Trainer sign up. And without further ado, I'm going to add them, we'll say 3 more times to my wheel. So there's 1, 2, 3 times, and then I'm going to shuffle it twice, once, twice, and spin to find out who is getting 2 tickets to see Slaughter at Jurgles on June 27th. And that winner is going to be Nikki Praza. Congratulations, Nikki. Keep an eye on your email. You'll be getting an email from me later this evening telling you, announcing you as the winner. And then you will receive another email from Drusky Entertainment who will handle getting those tickets to you. And with that said, we are headed back to my interview with Broom. Hey, we're back. We're headed into segment number 2 of episode 776. You just heard Broom's track, I Wish I Knew. And the Shiners, Slow With You. So you guys are making me laugh and nobody can hear you. So I'm bringing you back up on the screen so they can hear you booing yourselves.
So, we can't do it now in front of the fans, or else we paint a bad image for ourselves.
I'll do it right now. Boo!
Say boo or broom?
Broom.
Could be either.
Was it Broom?
It was promo. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You were doing this, Broom. See it there?
That's what I heard.
Oh, is that? I think I know who commented that. That was
I think I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, so into segment number 2, we've not really talked about much, but recently you guys were in a contest in Latrobe, is it Latrobe Has Talent? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
And I believe you won that.
We did. Yeah. That
so
was Noah's first show with us. Actually, it was a short set. It was 12 minutes. Is that right? What was it?
Yeah.
We crammed 4 songs into 12 minutes. And got to perform with some other acts that were real very talented in the area. And the prize for that was actually we got a spot on the 4th of July celebration in Latrobe for winning that. So we're going to be playing on the 4th of July in Latrobe in their big celebration they have in downtown. It's exciting. They have a lot of crowd there.
The quad or something? Is that what they call that?
Yeah, there's different. I don't know. We're on the main stage. We don't know exactly where that is. I forget what they said. But I know they have multiple throughout. Cause we played the band at Split Fest last year, and they had a few different stages there too. Like they had three stages built. This year for Latrobe for 4th of July we're on the main stage, which is very exciting.
You know, I just clicked over on your show schedule because I was making sure before I go over to the website.
Yeah.
And the Mon Aquatorium, I have never been there. And
you gotta go.
And I feel like I used to teach in Bell Vernon, so you would think I would have went there. But now I teach in New Canaan. That seems so far away now.
We actually right before we got in this call, before today, that was our next show, was June 21st at the Auditorium. But literally, I don't know, an hour and a half before we got in the call today, we got a DM asking for us to play at 31 Sports Bar and Grill on June 20th. So now we haven't gotten a chance to update the website yet. So that's actually our next show is the 20th, and the next day we're at the Auditorium in Monongahela. So it's exciting. That's exciting.
So that's Ken Reggett's place, former Pittsburgh Penguin goaltender. The only Penguin that won the Stanley Cup in the first 2 years that I did not meet. I met everybody else. I haven't met Ken Reggett.
We played a show there. Yeah, we played a show there. Black Friday, and we met him. That was really cool.
Nice guy.
And my best friend had Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, and his wish was to meet the Penguins. And we went the week that they traded for all those flyers. Reggett and Samuelson and Tocchet, and Reggett wasn't there yet. So I met everybody on that team except him.
He was just chilling at the bar when we were there. I think we were just hanging out, waiting for the show to start. And he was just on the other side of the bar hanging out. So we went over and talked to him. He was a nice guy. Carter had more to say to him, I think. He's the biggest Penguin fan of all of us.
I was actually voted Penguins fan of the year this year, so.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up your website, and we have the show schedule hanging out there. And let me see if I have. Okay, so Ben, you guys are the only ones that they can hear right now, so you have to do the talking.
Okay, no worries. So I believe it's fully up to date, other than the June 20th 31 Sports Bar show that we just got literally an hour ago. So the Aquatorium, we're actually opening up for Wade Jennings, who we recently discovered is the grandson of Waylon Jennings, which is very exciting. So it's going to be a fun day. I think there's 3 bands, and then he goes on, I believe. We're on at 2, is that right? Yeah. So that's exciting. And then June 29th, we're actually going to be in Monessen opening up for Billy Price, the blues guitar player. We're really excited for that because he's a pretty big deal in the area. We're going to be at the Monessen City Park Amphitheater, so it's going to be a good time. Then we got some other shows later in the year booked. So we have some more more closer to the fall that we aren't able to announce yet, but we're very excited for. Very excited.
So I noticed on your LinkedIn there was a link for merchandise, but here on the website there does not appear to be one.
So we have a separate merch store that's going up soon online. It's going to be a online merch store where we have whatever you can think of. Different kind of shirts, different kind of hats, different kinds of socks that we're working on right now.
Wait,
so
did you say socks?
Socks, not stocks. We're selling shares of Broom. Actually, it's crazy. But yeah, lots of merch is coming your way online. That should be up pretty soon, I think. We're working on it.
So just going to scroll through here real fast. For those of you that are listening on the radio show or the podcast, it's broomtheband.com. And I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody back in. Okay, so okay. Everything is out of whack today, especially me.
We probably screwed you up a little bit before we went on air. For anyone listening, we had to like shuffle around cameras, and we're all in the same house right now in different rooms, so it was hard to get the right angles and stuff.
So, what? I'm trying to think of a question I can ask you that will fit in the amount of time we have left. We have 2 minutes. Here's what we're going to go with. You ready? Mm-hmm. You are leaving a gig, and there's a DeLorean sitting outside with its door open and a flux capacitor in the back. I probably asked you this already, but we're going to do it again. Marty goes back in time and ends up playing a show at a dance. What band are you going to go back with and play at one of those shows?
Kiss reunion tour.
Nice.
Would you say which one? 90s Kiss reunion.
I think that was 96.
Yeah, right before Psycho Circus. And that I've seen videos, and my dad saw that show multiple times because we drove different places to see him. Sounds awesome. So that'd be my pick.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to that, but I was working in Cedar Point and couldn't get off.
That sucks.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go. Beatles, probably Ed Sullivan. Feels like a pretty cop-out answer.
I recently told somebody that I'm not a Beatles fan, and they were very offended.
I'm just as offended as
I'm
they
not
are.
offended. But...
Here's the thing. I 100% understand their place in history, and I'm grateful for what they did, because what I listened to would not have happened without them, but I'm not into what they do. So that's where we're at.
Thank you, Mr. Quackers 528. I also love the Beatles.
Hey, where are we at? Who needs? Okay,
I got mine. I'm going with Megadeth, Woodstock, 1999.
Oh,
that was. I watched a documentary on that show. I am glad I was not at that one. If you haven't watched the documentary, go watch it.
I'm probably going. This one might be a little bit odd. I'd want to go play with System of a Down in Holland. That show looked like it was really, really fun.
Okay. So we're going to take our second break. On the radio side, you're going to hear Rebel Revolver. And I did not write the name of the song now. I'll let you know what it is when we come back. And we're also going to hear Right on Warriors, Michelle Wants to Rebel. And we will be right back. Hey, it's Bill. This is episode 776 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me tonight are the gentlemen from Broom. They will be with you. There they are. So that song that I didn't write down by Rebel Revolver is called Better Me. And we also heard Right on Warriors, Michelle Wants to Rebel. I kind of put them together because Rebel and Rebel are spelled the same. Sometimes I do stuff like that. You thought there was a real theme to what I do. No. Sometimes you could ask my students. Sometimes there's answers on multiple choice questions like Superman. I teach science. Superman has nothing to do with science. So, or it may, when you look at the letters on the test, they may spell a word or stuff like that. I get bored. Noah, you replaced Race, who I used to teach. That'll tell you how old I am. Anyway, so we're back with Broom. We have about 9 minutes to go because I just pressed the button now. So Noah, being new to the band, what was your experience beforehand? Like, have you been in other bands? Is this your first band? I know you mentioned playing guitar and wanting to play with Tool, so I assume there's some sort of history.
Yeah. I started taking guitar lessons when I was about 10 years old, and the place that I took lessons at, it was essentially like a school of rock. It's called Monster Music in Bethel Park. So they would put all the students together and just build these bands, and then we would do a big like showcase at the Hard Rock Cafe. So when they put our band together, they were like, we need somebody to sing. And little 10-year-old me was like, I want to be a rock star. Like, I'll do it. So I sang Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, and I sang Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. And something took me over when I was on the stage at the Hard Rock, and I was like yelling out to the crowd with no intention of doing so. And I just liked that feeling so much that I kept doing it. So I joined a band through Craigslist when I was like 13 years old. They were called Deluded Youth. In that band, I met a lot of great musicians, one of which was Luke Waseski, who's a fantastic drummer, who's now doing his own things. He's in a band called Sewn Tight, and they're like very heavy, a lot heavier than what we do and listen to, I think, except for maybe Bodie. But I ended up getting in a band with him and a couple other people. We brought in my cousin Christian, and then years later, after people went their separate ways, we started our own 3-piece band called Osprey, and we played for about a year until my cousin unfortunately passed away. And so I had to take some time off from music just to kind of deal with all of that and figure out how to move on through everything. And a part of that was happening across this post on Facebook where a band was looking for a singer, and the age range was like 19 to 24. And I was like, I'm 23. Let's try this out. So I met up with them. I drove out to Uniontown, like an hour away, and did this audition, and I had a lot of fun, and they liked what they heard. And I guess that's just history. That's where we're at now.
So my little chuckle there when he said 19 to 24 was me realizing how much older I am than you guys. And I'll do some math for you. Multiply it times 2.
We when we auditioned, a few people, and Noah was pretty much like, I don't know if we ever told you this, but pretty much as soon as you left, we were like, yeah.
I wanted to tell him before he left, but I figured I'd get in trouble.
Yeah. It was pretty much me. Like, I think all 4 of us, like, after, like, the second you got out the door, we were like, so that's the guy, right? And then that was pretty much it. It's been really good. We've had no problems so far. It's been fun. We're finally playing shows because that was back January or February when you auditioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And our first show was like I said, that 12-minute set at Latrobe, and that was in April. Is that right? So we kind of got, we got some shows lined up. Finally, we were writing some stuff, learning covers, doing everything we normally do. So we're finally getting the swing of things. It's been nothing but good.
So, remember earlier when I said I was multitasking?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to do that, and clearly it's not cooperating. So, right now I'm going to BuildtheScene.com. For anyone who's not familiar, that is my website, and it did not cooperate at all. I tried to go to the event that I created for tonight, and I typed it in wrong. So now I'm looking at the last episode that Broom was on, which was episode 668. If anyone wants to check that out. So that was 78 episodes ago.
Wow.
And let's see, we talked about how bands sound, how you got together, instruments you play. I asked the DeLorean question. I asked Dave Grohl, non-standard venue, who you would want to sit down and eat dinner with, dead or alive, best pizza, songwriter you'd write with. Okay, so I'm not going to ask any of those in the last 4 minutes. So Noah mentioned influences, whether he realized it or not. So here's my next question for you. You guys are headed out on tour, and you're still young enough that could happen. And for some reason you hire me to drive your van. Don't do that. And in between gigs, as we're traveling from show to show, I am in charge of the radio, or satellite TV or satellite radio or whatever we're listening to. What bands am I going to be playing while we're traveling?
Kiss.
Not Kiss.
Ah, damn it.
I vote
No
Kiss
swearing.
and I'm in charge. So
Are there any bands that the five of us like all like that we all agree on? Like that might. That's.
I think Beatles. I think Beatles might be the closest to that you're gonna
Yeah, we
get.
all at least, yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of like the black sheep as far as music
No.
tastes go. Like, I'm big on like Sleep Token, Spirit Box, like a lot of like modern metal. So I'm kind of in my own lane here.
We all agree on. That's hard. The Wiggles. The Wiggles is a good one.
Wiggles, for sure.
We all equally love Weird Al. I know all of us
Nope.
are big Weird Al fans.
Nope.
Oh no. Okay.
For me, anything 80s.
That's me too.
Notably Van Halen. Any other band that's better than Kiss. Yeah.
I'm always
so-
leaning 90s grunge and alternative. But I'm also, everybody listening needs, if they haven't already, to listen to Geese, band out of New York City right now. Fantastic. Their album 3D Country is so good. I've been trying to get everybody to listen to them.
We saw them opening up for Greta Van Fleet last year.
Yeah, and
it was good.
They were
great. They
I
what's weird?
totally did not take him off the screen and mute him in case anybody noticed that. That's the second time that he said no Kiss, so he has to go.
I'm glad I have backup here, Bill. That's nice to hear. It is weird though. Like none of us have like super overlapping interests, but we all kind of like it works.
It works somehow.
Yeah.
I get it. My house is very similar.
Yeah.
Although my middle child is very much into like the heavier grunge stuff, which I'm cool with, and then my youngest daughter is very much into rock and southern rock, so I'm covered there. My son, on the other hand, just likes to make music, and my wife doesn't really. There's a little bit of crossover, but it's probably better that she doesn't put the radio on in the car when I'm with her. Here's not really a question, but it says, I wish I knew rocks and I love it. Keep up the great work. Broom.
Awesome. Thank you. I can't read to whoever that was, but
It's Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
That's a Howard Stern reference in case you guys don't know that one.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the producer's name. I think that's what he does. When he switched to satellite, I stopped listening.
I see clips on. He's one of the best interviewers of musicians on the planet right now. I see clips of him sometimes interviewing people. It's good. It's interesting. He's good at it.
Hey, so my timer says we have 5 seconds. We're gonna go a little over. Not much. Hey, so you're given a 30-second commercial on radio or TV to get people out to your next show. What are you going to tell them?
If you like any kind of classic rock that involves catchy choruses, interesting guitar playing, and just having a good time, I think we're one of the better bands at doing that.
And if you want to dance with a broom, we supply them.
Yeah, we do supply a broom. That is a given. I think you're gonna have a good time. We'll play some covers, and we'll play some originals that you think you know because they're that catchy.
Or ones that you wish you knew.
Oh,
good little call out there. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, that made Caleb leave.
I can't remove him without removing Ben. So, okay. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Everybody head to broomtheband.com for more information on where you can see them, and hopefully soon I'll have a link up so you can purchase some merchandise from them. In the meantime, go to a show and purchase it in person. We have 2 more tracks that we're going to listen to on tonight's show. They are Ross Flora and the song As the Crow Flies, and then a Working Breed track. Can't read my writing. Working Breed. I really can't read it. Break Free. That's what it says. And with that said, we are going to head out. If you are new to the show, in about 20 minutes, go to buildthescene.com/radio and you'll be able to hear all the music and the interview. And then music from 412, it'll be replaying throughout the week. Video will be on Roku. If you look for music from the 412, there are 2 Roku channels. Grab them both. One of them is all on demand. The other one is a TV network with channels. And as I said, new this week, we're on Metal Shop 101 Radio. That's Metal Shop 101radio.online if you want to go check out the website. And with that said, we are out of here.